Mom delivers black triplets, and Dad cries when he gets a closer look. Racism and prejudice are still issues in America today, as much as we wish they weren't. With the current state of our country, it seems like racism and prejudice are actually getting worse rather than better. Rachel and Aaron Halbert, they have experienced racism and prejudice even though they're both white. You see, they deal with these issues because of the color of their children's skin. Rachel was struggling to get pregnant, so she and her husband adopted a couple of African-American children who were in need of a good home. She says that the children's skin color didn't mean anything to them. These children needed a home, and the color of their skin wasn't going to stop Rachel and Aaron from giving them one. Although these two children, a boy and a girl, allowed them to have a family that they always dreamed of, they didn't feel like their family was complete. And when they heard about embryo adoption, they realized that they could easily complete their family. When they heard about embryos that were sitting frozen, waiting to be born, they decided that would be the perfect way to expand their family and allow Rachel to enjoy the magic of pregnancy and childbirth. When they went to the embryo donation bank, they found twin embryos that would be perfect. These embryos were African American. Rachel and Aaron decided that would be perfect since they already had two African American children. This way, all their children could be the same race, even if it wasn't the same as their parents. Before making this decision, Rachel dealt with people in town staring at her and mocking her for adopting two children of a different race. She didn't let this ignorance change her mind, though, about having the African-American twin embryos implanted. When she went to Honduras to see her doctor, it was time to make sure that her embryos took. The doctor asked Rachel and Aaron if they were sure that they had twins implanted. At first, they were worried that maybe one of the babies didn't make it. The doctor told them the exact opposite. Rachel wasn't carrying two babies, she was carrying three. The doctor told her that one of the embryos had split after implantation, and now she was carrying triplets. Rachel says that when she found out that she was having triplets, she was overjoyed. She said the news was a true blessing. Rachel says that your children don't need to have your eyes or your nose to be yours. She says you don't even need to share the same skin color. When it comes to family, Rachel says that love is all it takes. When Rachel was close to her due date, the doctors decided to perform a C-section early so that the babies could be born safely. When Mom delivered black triplets, well, her husband took a closer look and burst into tears. He couldn't believe how beautiful his three new children were, and that finally they had the family they always dreamed of. As soon as the triplets were born, Rachel and Aaron felt their family was finally complete. Rachel says that she doesn't let the intolerant people in her town keep her from taking her children out and showing them off. She says that while there are many people who look down on her for having African-American children, there are more people who think that adopting children in need, regardless of skin color, is a selfless and amazing thing. I'd have to agree with those people. The stares and the dirty looks, they don't mean anything to Rachel. The couples received a great deal of support during their journey, too. Aaron took to Facebook and created a post that read, "It's been heartening to see virtually all of our friends and family express overwhelming support for our family and the unusual ways we've built it. In our minds, we're just living out our dream, a dream that may not look like the average family, but one that we are thankful could come true in light of our country's history." The family portraits might not look like the traditional portraits, but you know what? You can see the love in each of their faces, and that is what family is really all about.